the Novillos Ranch, deep South Texas. This week we're going to be hunting with Mr. Jackie and his two grandsons, and we're going after some big old beautiful South Texas bucks.
McWhorter Custom Rifles presents
the Novillos Ranch, deep South Texas, the birthplace of deer management. This is where it all began. This week we're going to be hunting with Mr. Jackie and his two grandsons, and we're going after some big old beautiful South Texas bucks.
Precision Hunting TV is brought to you by McWhorter Custom Rifles, McMillan Fiberglass Stocks, Swarovski Optique, Hornady Ammunition, and Borden Accuracy.
One of the hunts we look forward to each year is coming down here to the Novillos Ranch. Lamar and I have been hunting this property for probably 17 years. The Scoggins family, we've made lifelong friends with them, and anytime that they invite us to come down, we jump at the opportunity. Well, this year, Jackie said, hey, my grandsons, Walken and Jake, are getting of age, and they're starting to show interest in hunting and rifles. Do you think you guys could bring down some rifles for them to shoot and spend some time with them on the range? So we jumped at the opportunity, and next thing you know, we're headed south to the Novillos Ranch. One of the first things I noticed about Walken and Jake was how polite they were, how well-mannered they were, and how their family has done a great job in raising them. And anytime they were with their grandfather, you could tell they were just living life as happy as they could be. They absolutely love him. And when we got to the ranch, they were eager to get out to the range and shoot some of these McWhorter rifles.
So this week, we're at the Novias Ranch in South Texas. We're with Mr. Jackie's grandsons. We've got Jake and Walken here. Today we're going to spend a little time on the range, getting them tuned up for whitetail season and helping them feel more comfortable with making a little bit longer shot. So we're going to shoot first at 100 yards, and then we're going to start stepping out on paper, and then we're going to start stepping out to steel at 300 and 500, and then after they feel a little more comfortable with that, we're going to move on out to 800, and we're going to get some impacts on steel at 1,000 yards today. Boys, are y'all ready to get some shooting done?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, put that on your target.
So for this hunt, we had a 6.5 Creedmoor. It was shooting 143 grain ELDXs, very accurate rifle. And Bobby spent some time with them on the range, teaching them all the fundamentals of how to shoot.
Impact. Good job. Impact.
So with both boys all trained up and hitting targets way out to 1,000 yards, they were ready to go hunt. So for this hunt, Jake was going to go with his grandfather. I was going to go with the older brother, Walken, and we were going to go with Rick, the guide here at the Novias, and we set out and we had high hopes for that first hunt. So while Joaquin and I are on one side of the ranch, Jake and his grandfather on the other, and they were having much more luck than we were.
Well, you think that shooting at the range got you ready for today?
Yes, sir, it did.
Tell me about it. What you think about that gun?
That gun, it's like no other, I guess. I mean,
What a gun, huh? That thing will make a shooter out of you.
yeah.
So they were at the sandhill blind. They had deer moving left and right and all over them. And it wasn't long, and an inferior deer that they call a cull down here walked out. And Mr. Jackie said to his grandson, "Jake, I need you to take that deer." It took him no time to get his gun out the window.
This segment is brought to you by Borden Accuracy, makers of the most accurate custom hunting actions on the market. Manufactured in the USA to true bench rest tolerances. Borden Accuracy equals success.
So Jake got his 6.5 Creedmoor out the window, settled in.
Is he gauged right?
Squeezed the trigger, boom, and that deer dropped. All that practice on the range with Bobby paid off.
Well, he didn't want to go very far.
Well, you made a good shot anyway.
Well, it dropped. So.
Right there, 200 yards, he was down.
Well, he came out about 200 yards. I shot him pretty good. He dropped. I shot him because he's pretty much a deer. You don't want breeding does, and just an overall bad deer to have.
So the next day, Rick and Joaquin and I, we went to a different blind called the North Blind, and we were in search of a bigger 9-10 point that had short fours that we had been seeing. And we had a lot of cat and mouse opportunities, deer here, deer there, and finally his deer showed up all the way at the end of the Sendero. Now this was just a little bit too far for him, and he wasn't quite comfortable to shoot. But as that deer, it started coming closer and closer. It got to about 300 yards and it ducked into the brush. So Joaquin, you could tell he was down. He was bummed, and we just told him, be patient. You never know what's going to happen next. And we're just sitting there, and next thing you know, boom, he pops back out of the brush. He's under 200 yards. So we looked at him and we said, whenever you're ready, and he eased that 6.5 PRC out the window.
He stops in the broadside.
So Joaquin got the 6.5 PRC out the window, settled in. We talked to him, said squeeze, deer turn broadside, squeeze the trigger, and Joaquin was excited, and he had a big, pretty South Texas buck on the ground.
What is that? That is awesome. Show them to us. Looky there.
Well, you got your deer, buddy.
Oh yeah,
It was what, 225 yards?
about that range, yeah.
Okay, after Mr. Bobby giving you some lessons over there about the long range shooting, the deer comes out. You dialed it up to, what was it, 1.25.
Yep.
Made a perfect shot, squeezed the trigger, you know, felt comfortable doing it.
Oh yeah.
End result of that being a nice deer on the ground.
Yeah.
So now you think you're gonna make good deer jerky?
Oh yeah.
Makes me proud, you know, taking some nice deer like this, and especially you guys almost like family, you know.
It is.
And it's fun doing it every time. Congratulations, bud.
Thanks. And thank you, Grandpa, for letting me come out here and do the show. It's cool.
Precision Hunting TV is also brought to you by Rack 'em Up Roasted Feeds, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, Surge Pro by Biofac Crop Care, Armageddon Gear, Gun Foam, Metal Spinning Targets, and Mesquite Creek Taxidermy.
All right, welcome back. Today, Alan and I are going to be talking about custom stock choices and some of the features. You know, we have our favorites, and McMillan makes these stocks for us. They're proprietary to us. We're the only ones that make these, and they're suited, like designed for long range shooting. Yeah, long range shooting. So, Alan, like, walk us through some of the stocks that are beneficial, and then what are their uses, and what kind of rifle you'd actually, choose to put on there.
Okay. First of all, most all our stocks are going to incorporate 100% heel, and that means when you lay that stock on the table, the barrel channel and the rear of the stock are going to be on the exact same plane.
So that way you're reducing the amount of felt recoil, and you're also reducing the muzzle flip on the rifle. Whenever
they're also going to have a greatly reduced toe angle, which does the same thing. It's 6% toe angle is going to reduce muzzle flip at long range, and that's opposed to a stock like this that's got a lot of drop at the heel.
Right.
And it's got a real severe toe angle. And there's nothing wrong with that stock, but when this stock is fired, not only does it induce muzzle flip, but it's gonna concentrate the felt recoil on the top half of this pad.
Yeah,
whereas our stocks are going to reduce muzzle flip, and they're going to spread that felt recoil across the entire surface of the pad.
That's making contact with your chest whenever you're shooting.
Our 45 XMLs, we'll be shooting them this afternoon. You'll see, because all these stocks really reduce the felt recoil on that beast. So we carry stocks from all manufacturers. McMillan's our favorite. They make some stocks from us that are just ours, and I'll just go through them real quickly. This is an Apex LR. You know, this stock has got so much of a vertical grip, but it's still real thin at the wrist. It's got some, it feels like a stock that you grew up with, like similar to a spotter stock, but it's still got the comb line and the reduced toe angle.
It's still capable of long range, but it's going to be much more suited for guys that are hunting in these blinds.
That's right.
Okay.
Or they're just used to that. A lot of people just don't like a vertical stock.
Right.
This one's got a vertical grip. It's got a beaver tail forend. It's still got the same lines in the back. This is our Pinnacle.
Right. That's the one that I use all the time that I love. So.
Yeah, that's what you got on your 7. This is a Zenith, just a little different variation, a little different rear end, got a little bit of a drop belly. We use this on our muzzle loaders a lot. It really reduces the recoil. This is a stock that we've just come out with. It's our Peak. It's got the same design on the rear end, vertical grip. The difference in this one, it's got an inset on your thumb butt, so it really gets your whole hand behind the gun.
This is the one that we use on the Aoudad hunt, and I absolutely love the recoil and everything, how it mitigates all that recoil and everything. It was a great shooting stock. So
absolutely, I like that one. This is the twin to that one, except it's a cheek piece. This is called our Peak. That's our Peak 2.0. Same stock, same lines, but it's just some people just like a cheek piece, and so that's why we came up with that design. This is a stock we call the Summit, and it's just a little bit different. It's got a smaller rear end, but still the same basic principles on the heel line here and on the toe line. It's got a more prominent beaver tail on the front. It's almost 2.5 inches on the back, but all these stocks are available in edge fill, so they're in that 30 ounce all the way down to 24, 25 ounces.
So it's not going to be adding a whole lot of weight to your overall rig.
Now, all these are black. They're in the rough, but we can put some super paint jobs on them. We've got Leonardo da Vinci works for us. I know all y'all thought he was dead, but he paints all our stocks for us.
So, as we talked about in a previous segment, man, like we not only are these the most accurate hunting rifles, but they're also the sexiest hunting rifles too. Whenever that paint job gets done.
If you want a stock that's well designed and looks spectacular, give us a call. And that's our True Precision Tip of the Day, brought to you by Keith and Alan and McWhorter Custom Rifles.
Precision Hunting TV is also brought to you by McWhorter True Precision Long Range Hunting and Shooting School, Tacticam, Leo Photo USA, Sig Sauer, Trigger Tech, Brux Barrels, and Hawkins Precision. This segment is brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue.
So Jake and Joaquin, they had to go back to school. They had a few more days and they'd be out for Christmas. And he told his grandpa, when I'm out, do you want to go again? He said, absolutely. So we arranged for another cameraman to be down here. They picked out a good morning to go and they went to the feed yard pasture in search of a big white 8-point that they'd been seeing over there.
Wait, he's a little angled right now. Wait till he gets broadside again. Okay.
Good job.
Good job, y'all.
Good job. Good job, Jake. Well, Jake, I guess we finished the contest between myself and your mom and you and your brother.
Yes, sir.
I think we beat your mom and Keno. What do you think?
Yes, sir, I think we did.
I think so too, Jake. I think we got the best buck. I mean, he's got a nice deer. We'll have to measure him to see who wins, but I think we're gonna win out on this deal.
Yes, sir.
They were ahead. They got their deal done right away, but we're slow and steady and sure, right?
Yes, sir.
We did have to hunt for a deer, but we finally got one.
Yes, sir.
That's why they call it hunting, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, I'm real proud of you. You've gotten up early a lot and worked hard, and you finally got a good deer.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
So another great hunt on the Novillos Ranch. We got a long history of this property. We're coming full circle now. We got Mr. Jackie's grandkids involved in the hunting, and they're enjoying the management of the property and getting to shoot the McWhorter rifles. I personally have been hunting on this property for about 17 years, and being able to see Mr. Jackie with his grandsons is just very special, and that's what hunting's all about. And you know, anytime he wants us to come down and spend some time with his boys and film them and shoot with them on the range, we're gonna do it every time he asks.